Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all, the message for today is the old cycle has run its course. Stay focused on what's coming. I feel like I'm a football coach. So we start out with the High Priestess. She really is at the center of all the energy going on. She is also one of three major arcanas in today's reading. So major level up, major destiny point, major choice point. And again, I just want to emphasize, like, really allow the old cycle to stay its course. Other cards that were showing themselves while I was shuffling was really about like standing your ground. You don't need to repeat an old cycle, and it might be very tempting, but you already know how it turns out. So really stay focused on what you're moving towards. And so with this High Priestess, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, and it was like above her head like this. So it's like while the old cycle is closing out, and I will just jump ahead and say we've also got the World card, which is so much about major cycles closing out, the last card of the major arcana. There's something about keeping something flourishing. So while major cycles are closing out, that doesn't mean everything is coming to an end. Really, I get the sense that whatever was stifling your growth in a certain area, with these cycles closing out, now you're able to refocus on what it is that you truly want to cultivate, what you truly want to invest yourself in, or how you want to invest in yourself. Also with the Seven of Pentacles, though, is the Devil card. It's the other major arcana that we have. So I feel like this is saying, because it's like this and she's receiving divine guidance, and it's funny because the devil is an angel, right? So there's some sort of maybe lack of clarity. I feel like it's self-sabotage kinds of things, or this could be thoughts of I want to say intrusive thoughts about maybe that cycle tempting you, you know, to not close it out. And so it's like you're at a fork in the road, especially with these three major, actually you've got four. You've got the High Priestess, you've got the Devil card, you've got the World card, and then you've also got the Judgment card. And this is the second to the last of the major arcana. So again, they're really saying level up, close out the old cycles, really go towards the new. It makes me think of someone, she was talking about an ex that was trying to come back into her life, and she was like all in her swag, like, nope, I don't go backwards, I move forward. So it's really much that sort of thing. Whether it's an old relationship trying to lure you back into an old cycle that, you know, they ain't gonna change. I'll just tell you the end of that story. That timeline, they ain't gonna change. It's gonna be a repeat of the same bullshit. They want to believe they've changed, which could be why it's very compelling that, you know, to believe that they'll change. They ain't gonna change. And you won't change. You'll just go back into that cycle and witness the same old version of yourself that isn't healed in that timeline. So really, really level up. Again, I'm giving the answers all away, but so it really just kind of feels like, you know, maybe you're receiving divine guidance, but there's this interference here, and it really feels like slow and steady. Stay focused on what it is that you are cultivating. Stay focused on the new timeline that you are cultivating. And then, you know, in front of that High Priestess, we've also got the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, I love. These two are the witches of the tarot. This is the Witch of the Tarot with her little black kitty. While all the queens definitely have their magic, there's something about that Queen of Fire, because she is not afraid to fuck around and find out. And with this High Priestess here, she is making informed fuck around and find out choices. She's got courage to go after what it is that she wants, because she is divinely guided and directed into that. So if ever there was a time for you to truly have faith in yourself, it really looks like the old cycle tempting you to go back is just an opportunity for you to self-sabotage and let, whether it's a person or a job or whatever the situation is, family, old versions of yourself, you know, you can let these be excuses to sabotage your future, your future timeline. You can allow this to be a reason not to take the new path that is more aligned with what you feel is true to your purpose in your heart. You can choose that, but you definitely don't have to. And it looks like, you know, the guidance here is saying, you know, why don't you choose yourself? Why don't you choose your magic? Go ahead and go by. I'm sitting right in the middle of a hiking trail. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. So, you know, out here on the Blue Ridge Parkway doing a tarot reading. Why not? So again, know your magic, know your power, believe in yourself. Then we've got the World card, and it's with this 9 of Pentacles. So it's like definitely putting an end to old cycles where you're giving your power away, where something that you truly want to cultivate in your life, and again, that you want to invest in, or the ways that you want others to invest in you, or the way you want to invest in yourself, like you absolutely will manifest all that you are cultivating in your life. So be very intentional about what you're focused on. Be very intentional about what you're feeding, what you're nourishing, what, you know, what you're energizing in your life. Because with this closing out of old cycles, you're looking really good right here. And I love, you know, this is like a card of independence, a card of abundance, definitely. And sometimes it's called an independent, abundant, single woman card. But then right next to that, we've got the 2 of Cups. So if this is about maybe you're feeling tempted to give an old relationship a try, but it really wants to come through, like, you know how it ends. It's not going to change. It's not going to end any differently. It's just a whole nother cycle of bullshit, which you can do if you want to. It's there, but you don't have to choose that. And it looks like if you put an end to this cycle and you choose your own abundance and you choose to invest in yourself, a much better connection is going to come in for you anyway. And if this isn't about love, then this is about you really learning to listen to your higher self, you really learning to connect with other facets of your being. I like to look at us as crystalline beings because we're crystals. We're crystalline beings. So there's something about connecting maybe lower consciousness with higher consciousness. Maybe I'm getting like a Gemini mind with the higher, more Sagittarius mind, connecting those. Not that there's a hierarchy. It's not lesser and greater. It's just more third dimensional, you know, vibrational reality connected with the mind that's more connected into like 5th dimensional consciousness kinds of things. So it really feels like invest in yourself, invest in yourself, invest in yourself. Then we have the Judgment card. And with that Judgment card, we've got the 10 of Cups upright and the 5 of Cups reversed. And the 5 of Cups was like in front of this. And so I like that she is moving away from this 5 of Cups energy and moving towards that 10 of Cups energy. So much this is about emotional self-worth, emotional support. This could even be speaking to like trauma. You know, the 5 of Pentacles is like abandonment wounds, rejection kind of stuff. I feel like the 5 of Cups is like the emotional aspect of that. This is about grief. With this card, I always want to say honor the grief, because you don't want to suppress it. You don't want to carry that trauma and grief inside of you. You definitely want to acknowledge it, honor the grief, allow it to process. But with this being reversed, it looks like you've done a lot of processing and now you're ready to move on and level up to what that emotional fulfillment really looks like. And again, 10s indicate the completion of a cycle. And so 1 + 0 = 1. Today is September 9th, and I was seeing this thing about it's the 9th day of the 9th month, and 2025 adds up to 9. So a lot of 999 energy, a lot of conclusion. Again, 10s indicate the completion of the cycle. 9s are like you're really putting an end to different cycles. And again, having not only the Judgment card, this 10 here, but also the World, it really feels like you're closing out major cycles and finding an emotional stability and emotional support. This is one of the happily ever after cards. So this is like finding that emotional again, foundation within yourself, establishing something in and anchoring into your own self-love and your own belief in your own fulfillment and your own belief in the connections that you can create. And so, you know, here's this Two of Cups with the Ten of Cups. Really good reading. If you're closing out an old romantic cycle, then it definitely feels like choose yourself, choose to be abundant for a while, level up, because there's much better coming for you. I'm like, where did that card go? Oh, Nine of Pentacles. And definitely with this, really trust your own intuition, really trust that guidance, trust your ancestors, trust beautiful Mother Earth. And honestly, coming out to nature today has been a therapy session for me. And so I definitely recommend that if you can get out and go for a walk in nature, do it. It replenishes yourself. Let the trees bring you into their reality, really connect. Take your shoes off, really sit and feel the love that's all around you. All right, once again, my name is Fairlight. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love. Until next time.